You guys like America? You guys like freedom? What about wheelies? And doing burnouts? Well, now's your chance to do all of that with the Nasty Racing experience. Every dollar you spend on lsnasty.com will get you entered to win our amazing experience for you and a friend to get flown down here, hang out with us, ride in our 4-second street car, and I'm gonna give you $1,000 cash. You guys can get your muffin caps peeled back blue just like I did.
I thought it was gonna be not that much. I mean, that was a lot.
lsnasty.com, you guys can't win if you're not entered. Every dollar you spend, get you entered to win a chance to ride in this thing. What is up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. We have a F-Body build series update. Very, very excited about it. We're here in the engine assembly room at Nasty Racing. As you can see, nice and clean. I'm not supposed to be bringing other boxes here and doing unboxings, but it's nice and quiet, climate controlled, and we just got the engine together for the F-Body. So for those of you guys that don't know what build we have going on, we have a lot of different builds and a lot of different stages. Most of the time we're doing like race car stuff. We just got wrapped up doing the Colorado, which you guys saw is street truck. It's our shop truck, single turbo 4.8 on Holley Terminator, 600 horsepower, really fun. I think made like 5 something to the tire, maybe. I think made like 515 to the tire, so we'll call it 600 at the crank. So 600 horsepower truck, really fun. I have my daily. I have a couple dailies, but my main go-to daily is a 2000 Camaro SS. With the 5.7 in it. It's 100% bone stock, and I love it. I love the F-Bodies. If you guys have watched the channel for a while, you guys know they are my favorite car. So to be able to daily drive one, I like it. It's got T-tops, leather interior. It's super nice, manual car. Needed a little bit more spice in there, so I said, hey, I want to do a build on this. And I know everyone says, man, just go out there and put a turbo kit on there. And normally I would, but I've done so many of the turbo kit stuff. For the daily, I wanted something a little bit different. I wanted to go with a blower. So I picked up a ported LSA. I shouldn't say ported. It's a LSA with a ported snout, and I said, hey, we're going to do a build series. So I have this engine here. It's a 408 cubic inch stock block, iron block deal. It's like one of the truck motors. Very, very similar motor to what I have in Hank, but this one is definitely more street. It's got Eagle rotating assembly in there. Not even sure what pistons are in there. It's a nice aftermarket piston. Some PRC heads from Texas Speed. LS3 port. I got some LS3 rock arms. We're about to do a trunnion upgrade to it. Some 660 springs. We got a Tcam lamb cam. Yes, I'm running the lamb cam in a blower application. Very excited to see how that works. I think it's going to run great and sound absolutely awesome. Very excited to hear how the lamb cam sounds without going through a turbo. I think it's going to absolutely beat the ground. All those Tcam performance camshafts. You got the big stick, which is the badass NA cam, literally shakes the earth. You got the lamb cam, which is what we're going to use for this blower turbo stock style rocker arm geometry application. You got the black sheep cam, which is your badass high horsepower hydraulic roller record setting camshaft. That's I'm going to recommend if you're using like a Johnson lifter, short travel lifter with aftermarket rock arms. And then you got their truck series camshaft, the Jackie cam, which we have 5 truck motors going together with 5 Jackie cams in them. So if you guys have a truck in the wipe the damn cam out, lifters not having it, don't put a stock cam in there. Call up Tcam Performance, put a Jackie cam in there. Sound absolutely great. More towing capacity, more overall horsepower, and plus when you pull up to the gas station, that thing's beating the ground. So there's your quick plug for Tcam Performance camshafts, because they are bad to the bone. We got this thing here all wrapped up. Scott came and assembled it for me while we were working. I was doing fab on BJ's turbo kit, which we will talk about in another video. So we got this thing all together, double roller timing chain. It's just got like some extra goodies from parts that I've had like laying around. It's got Johnson short travel lifters. We're gonna do the stock style rocker arms. I just ordered some Manton 5 series push rods. I just can't get away from like the badass stuff. I just love it. Like, it's, to me, I appreciate the part knowing what it does. So when I had to put lifters in this, because obviously it's a brand new build, I wasn't just going to put a set of stock GM lifters, lifter trays. I had to get some link bar lifters. So this engine, top to bottom, head to toe, might not have the greatest, strongest rotating assembly, but it is a very nice piece with a lot of very nice parts that I'm very proud to say I own and be able to put in my car. Horsepower wise, I don't know if it's possible with the LSA. I'd like to make 800 to the ground. I think that'd be badass. That Porsche 7.5 would not like it, but I would like it. I mean, I think it'd be really fun. Not sure if the stock ported snout LSA will do it, but that's my goal. If we do have to upgrade the blower, port the blower later and down the road, we will. Because we're only going to make like 800 to the ground, that's why I'm okay with this equal rotating assembly. Other than that, I would really recommend just like a Tcam Performance Stage 1 deal where, you know, you can go out there and it's rated for 1,000, but we've made 1,600 on it, just saying. So we got the engine just about wrapped up. We have the blower. I'm looking for a ZL1 lid and a reinforced brick. I'm getting the accessory drive all set up. We're going with the 12 rib setup just so we don't ever have any issues. I was looking at a cog drive for it, but I don't think I can get the right pulley ratio. I'm running a 238 upper and a 9-1 lower. Have to do the heat exchanger, all that good stuff. We'll have it set up where it's pretty nice. I want this car to be a 100% daily driver. Hop in it, turn the key. It's going to be on HOLLEY Terminator with a dual ECU, so all the power windows and all the gauges and everything will work. Probably going to put a HOLLEY dash in there just because I like that look, but true daily driver, pump E85. Speaking of fuel, what are we going to use to fuel it? So you guys know I have been dealing with Huron Speed for literally day one. My first sponsor of the channel ever was Huron Speed. Can't thank the guys enough. Huron Speed is, if you got an F-body, don't do this. I'm going to have so much money in the LSA deal. It's disgusting. Put the turbo kit on there. I think before, people didn't really like doing turbo kits because like, man, the initial cost, it's very expensive. Lies. Doing a blower, way more expensive. All the other unnecessary BS, way more expensive. The accessory drive on that sucker is going to cost like $25, $28, $3,000. I think it's actually $3,000 for the accessory drive. Dude, you can literally, don't even start with me. You can go on ICT Billet and get their bullshit brackets and have your accessory drive because you're not driving anything off of it other than the alternator and the water pump, and have the turbo kit and you're making more horsepower, way more efficient. Will it sound cooler? I don't know. I've been listening to turbo cars my whole life, so I want to hear something with a blower and some chop, but I think the turbo cars sound cooler. They definitely make more horsepower. They're probably way more reliable at this point. So we're talking about fuel systems. They just came out with a whole new line of fuel systems, and they're absolutely bad to the bone. This is their, I'm just going to set it around top of this motor. This is their dual pump in tank system, which I like. This is very nice for a street car application like I'm doing. I don't want to have to sump the tank. I don't want to have to run external pumps. I'll run new fuel lines because we need to have better fuel flow, but that's as far as I want to go. So the guys over at Huron Speed hit me up. They knew that I was going to be doing the build. They said, what are you doing for fuel system? I said, man, I'm not sure I want to run pump E85. I definitely need to have 2 fuel pumps. They're like, oh, well, we got you covered. Look at that. Huron Speed fuel pumps. If you go to their website right now, use code LSNASTY, you get 10% off all their fuel system stuff. And they got, I'll just show you, but they got the fries that'll cross your eyes. First of all, let's talk about packaging. Very nice. More about packaging. Shit's not getting damaged in the mail. And then you open this thing up, and it is just a work of art. This is the stuff that I like to recommend for a lot of people that don't want to go and like have to figure it all out. This is the one-stop shop. You just go and you order this, you put it in your shit, you run the fuel lines, you wire it up, and you are good to go. This guy right here is, dude, just look at how nice it is. Very, very, very nice. You got F-body, you got trucks, and you got Trailblazer SS. We got dual 450 pumps on here. I'm super excited about it. This will be able to supply all the fuel that we need in tank, quiet. You're not going to be hearing fuel pumps outside the car, inside the car. Street car application stuff, I will totally, and I'm not talking about street cars and a race car you drive on the street. I'm talking about like a daily driver. You don't want to have a fuel cell. You don't want to have external pumps. You want the in-tank stuff. The pumps stay cooler. They're sitting in the fuel. They're not running wide open like if you had 2 MagnaFuel 750s like I got on Hank, you would not want to daily drive that. You just wouldn't want to do it. Check out Huron Speed. They got a bunch of different stuff. They got all their turbo kit stuff. Very, very cool stuff. They have like their heat management stuff, which is, I highly recommend. Not header wrap. It's like some space age alien shit that they put around the manifolds and around the hot side. You guys need that, especially if you're driving around the street. Keep that heat in, make more horsepower too. And their fuel systems now. So check them out, Huron Speed. This is like their complete kit. So we got the sending unit and everything with the 2 pumps on there. Very excited about that. Comes with your filters. You got your feed, your return. Fuel line and fuel fittings. You guys hear me talk about the one-stop shops all the time. They do all the guesswork, do all the thinking. That's really the hardest part about this. Comes with all your fuel line, steel braided line. Comes with all your fittings. It's got O-rings in here. It's got everything you need. This is like their stage 2 setup. And then all of the wiring stuff. This is what I'm saying. They literally take all the guesswork out of it. I don't know. I'm showing you guys right now, if you guys are doing this, you guys got an F-body, you guys got a truck, you guys got a Trailblazer, you want to make more horsepower, you're putting a blower on there, I recommend a turbo. You're putting a turbo on it, Huron Speed turbo kit. Slap this sucker on there, your fuel system's done. I don't know how much better it gets than that. I mean, have your cake and eat it too. They do all the guesswork, they tell you what you need, they tell you how it needs to be run. You order, get it, you install it, boom, you make horsepower. So, very excited. We're going to be doing a whole install on this stuff once we get down to it. I'm going to get the motor completely done. When I say that, like, we're talking about oil pan on, front cover, valley cover, rear cover, clutch will be on there, blower will be on there. We're going to drop the K-member and set it in and shove everything back up in the car. So, before we do anything with taking apart that car, we're going to make sure we have everything. Valve covers like this thing. I want this thing drop-in ready to go, and then we'll stick it in the car. So very excited. Go to Huron Speed. Any of the fuel system stuff, 10% off, code LSNasty. Check them out. And I guess let's just do a little walkthrough overview on this motor, because I like it. It looks new and it's fresh and it's clean, and I'm very excited to have this in my car and show it off, really. So here we are. Look at this thing. We have a double roller timing chain. I know what you guys are saying. Why would you put a double roller timing chain on there? Honestly, no other reason other than I had it sitting on the shelf. It's timed correctly. It is degreed correctly, which is something that's very important. All you LS guys don't know, because you just go dot to dot, but this is adjustable. So we did have to get the cam degreed, hence the big degree wheel. I mean, this thing's essentially a small block Chevrolet at this point in time. We got the PRC heads. These are, so they're as cast heads, but they're very nice. The chamber is all CNC'd. Didn't go for any porting here, just because, you know, daily driver. Like, we're not going max effort, I would say. We're just going for like something to cruise around with. Wanted to go with LS3 port heads because I didn't want to run an adapter. So that's essentially why I got these. It's a 6-liter punched out. It's essentially an LS3 with an iron block. These are very nice. I like how the rocker stands are built into the heads. We just got push rod measurement. We have our Manton push rods on the way. I think they should be arriving like today. But yeah, I mean, this thing is badass. No top fuel hoop, no nothing like that. We're running standard LS9 head gasket, no half-inch studs, just standard ARP head studs. As you can see, it is a 6-bolt head, but we're not utilizing that because we are on the stock block. It's got the ARP main studs in there. I mean, it's a nice little piece. I'm excited about it. We're running a Melling 10355 oil pump. Highly recommend the 10355. They have like a 10295, which is like the high volume, but it's not high pressure. It's like 10 over stock. I like to have good oil pressure along with good oil flow. So the 10355 HV is going to be the oil pump that I recommend for everyone. We have it in Hank. It makes 100 plus going down track, 60 at warm idle, 70 at cold idle. So we're putting that same oil pump in here as well. We got the Rollmaster double roller timing chain on there. Everything else is, you know, pretty much GM stock. You don't have to do anything crazy with it. ICT billet valley cover, even though you're not going to see it with the blower, we're putting it on there just so it looks nice. We got a set of Speed Engineering headers because low budget. I got some ARP exhaust manifold studs because I didn't realize we were going low budget. It is a 24X motor, so we got our cam sensor, oil pressure sensor, and then we'll have our crank sensor down there. Brand new barbell. If you get your motor back from the machine shop, make sure you put a new barbell in there. I mean, dude, this thing, it's a solid, nice little unit. I'll be very excited if we can make 800 to the ground. I think 800 to the ground in daily driver is going to be badass. Will it make, I don't know, maybe it'll make 700 and some, but I'm not going to complain. I have one of my trucks is getting done. I did a 2nd gen swap with a Force Inductions turbo on my 3rd gen Cummins, so I think it'd be cool if that made 700 horsepower and this made 700 horsepower. My 2 dailies were 700 horsepower manual truck and manual car. I think that'd be fun, but that's what we got going on. As you can see, we got just engine pieces everywhere. We're doing 5, like I said, 5 fresh truck motors with Tcam Performance Jackie cams in there. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. There's just your little update on what we got going with the F-body build. Very close. We got the blower here. I'll show you guys the blower. I've talked about it before. This is another one of the motors we got to put together here. This is an aluminum rotted stock block LS deal. Here's the blower ported snout, Lingenfelter 238 upper. We're gonna be junking that to go to the 12 rib. But yeah, I mean, this thing here is just a nice little unit. So very excited. Can't thank we got Texas Speed on board with this, Huron Speed, Tcam Performance, Scott PIG Motorsports. I mean, we got a bunch of awesome companies helping out with this, and I think it's gonna be a really cool daily driver. We're gonna be taking it on power tour. I'm gonna be putting miles on it and having some fun. So HOLLEY Performance, can't forget that as well. We're gonna run the HOLLEY Terminator. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoy your day, and we'll see you guys in the next upload.